Welcome to our home on this beautiful Sunday morning. So rather than showing you flowers, I decided to wear flowers, and actually...
These are not really flowers.
Well, no, they are. That's
Sort
a poppy. Yeah.
Okay, cool.
So we're both wearing the flowers. All right. So today's little lesson is about listening and the gift that it gives to other people. And I know that we've talked about this before, but it's just so important. And I might not have shared this particular story. So it takes place a while ago. We were 27, I guess. And Barry, he went through medical school and residency, and then decided that rather than to continue and to keep going like most doctors do, he would just stop, and we'd go on a long trip. A year at that time, we planned a year and a half, or maybe 2 years. We had a VW van, and we traveled. And then we were also going to go to Europe and spend the summer with the Sufis. And we decided on our way, we would stop at each of our parents' homes for a full week and really get a chance to see our relatives again. So the first stop was Buffalo, New York, and I have a lot of relatives, or I did. And that was really, really lovely. My relatives are mostly Swedish. They're really quiet people. They listen, and they're just very simple, quiet people. That was my relatives. And then to a totally different experience, we went to Barry's parents lived in near New York City, and most of his relatives, and there were a lot, were from Brooklyn. Some from New York City, but mostly from Brooklyn. And Barry's family had a party because we were there, and all the relatives came. Barry's father was one of 8 children, I think, and so there were
6. Yeah.
6. So yeah. There was just a lot, and unlike my family, the Swedish family, everyone was very loud and talks and talks. Everyone talks at the same time, and the question was, Barry. Oh, you say it.
Barry,
what are you going to do? And
you're a doctor. What are you doing traveling around?
They didn't get it at all. We told them our plan. We wanted to learn new things that we hadn't learned in school, and that's what this whole adventure was about. And just learning and deepening ourselves. They didn't understand. Because they didn't understand, they just ignored us. So we found ourselves just sitting in the little living room, just by ourselves, and everyone else was talking louder and louder and louder and louder. Well, Barry has this wonderful uncle, Uncle Ralph, who has since passed on, and he listened to people. He came over to us and he said, let's go in the kitchen where it's quieter. And we sat down in the kitchen, and he said, tell me about what you're going to do. What are you hoping to learn? Just tell me about it. Then he just sat back, and he listened deeply. And we told him, and he listened for a whole hour. And we told him what our hopes were, what we wanted, what we had learned so far from taking off and not working at a formal job or being in formal education. And he listened without judgment. He just listened. And at the very, very end, when we had said everything that we needed to say, he said, that is really, really interesting. I don't think I would have been brave enough to do this, but I'm really proud of you for taking the risk to do such an unusual thing. And, he's the only one that had said something like that. I mean, my relatives had listened, sweet. But they didn't understand, really. Uncle Ralph really took the time to listen and understand. And to this day, I can remember sitting in the kitchen with him, and that feeling that came over both of us, that someone listened, someone took the time to understand, and we can give that gift to other people. So many people, I think everyone needs to be listened to. And the trouble with conversations is that if someone's talking, the other person is very busy in their mind planning what they want to say. So there's really not a in-depth listening going on. And so this is the lesson and the homework, to take the time and really listen to someone and really try and understand.
Yeah. The first time Joyce came and visited me in my family home, we were having a dinner, just the family. My 2 siblings were there, and Joyce was incredulous that everybody was talking at the same time and nobody was listening. And actually, she looked at me. I was eating. I was just quiet because I kind of learned to tune out all the noise. But it was amazing to her that, and if somebody really wanted to speak, everybody else was speaking, they just spoke louder. That was the way to do it, right? And then I got to travel to Buffalo and be with Joyce's family and have a dinner with Joyce's family. And people actually listened. Somebody would say something and the other people would listen. And then when the one person was done speaking, somebody else would speak. I thought I was on another planet. It was so alien to me to actually be in a situation like that. But anyway, I want to say one more thing about listening. I'm thinking right now, I'm just sitting here really feeling to really listen. It's not a passive thing. It's also an active thing. And to really listen means you have to be curious and you have to want to know what the other person is saying and what it is about them. Excuse me. So to really listen is to also ask questions and to really get to know someone. So that's the active listening part. Yeah.
Yeah, but not too many questions. Because sometimes people, you start to share something and then there's a question and then another question and then another question.
That's true.
So yes, questions are important, but not too many of them.
Space between the questions to really hear the answer to the question. All right. Well,
Put your hand down.
Okay, for some reason, I want to share this song I wrote about watching for the miracle and trusting in the miracle that is coming. Even though you may not have much hope for a miracle, there's a miracle unfolding right now. I know there's a miracle unfolding right now, and it doesn't even matter that I don't know quite how. I just have to trust while I quiet my doubts, and then watch the miracle appear. I know there's a miracle unfolding right here. The dark clouds will pass and the sky will get clear. Love will come through, so there's nothing to fear. We'll surely see the miracle appear. There's a miracle unfolding right now. It doesn't even matter that I don't know quite how. I just have to trust while I quiet my doubts, and then watch the miracle appear. I know there's a miracle unfolding right here. The dark clouds will pass and the sky will get clear. Love will come through, so there's nothing to fear. We'll surely watch the miracle. We'll surely see the miracle. We'll surely watch the miracle appear. So take a moment to close your eyes and trust, really trust in the miracles that are unfolding right while we're sitting here. There's a divine timing in this universe. We need to trust that. And while we're trusting, listen. Practice the high art of listening and really getting to know those around you. Okay, you can open your eyes, and thank you for listening to us.
Really, thank you so much, because it's through your listening that we keep doing these. So, thank you. And we love doing these. It draws us close, and and we feel each of you. It's really very, very special.
Yeah, sending you all love. Mwah. Especially you.
There always has to be a kiss. That's like the signature part of what we do.
Sometimes 2 kisses.